Yeah, so here at NBC Universal,
We have to do
we're
it
part of NBC, our broadcast station. We started as a trailblazing radio station and then moved to television. And we've launched shows like The Today Show, The Tonight Show, Saturday Night Live, and every show in between. Personally, I think we do the workplace mockumentary style show the best. You are going to see the title card for The Office. And NBC has been the home of entertainment, news, sports for an entire century, and we're celebrating the network all year long. So I mentioned the workplace mockumentary style show. The Office is probably our most famous, but we've also had Parks and Recreation starring Amy Poehler, and we've had a newer one called St. Denis Medical. We're going to drive by their set and their soundstage. They've had 2 very successful seasons, so they're coming back for a 3rd. But season 1 and 2 on Peacock, and also season 1 on Netflix, so you have no excuse. You should be watching this show. Also, a new reality show or mockumentary style show called Stumble, starring Kristen Chenoweth. If you are a fan of like community junior college cheerleading scandals, it's very funny. It's very niche, but very, very funny. And another one that we created last year called The Paper. The Paper is an official spin-off of The Office. So if you remember The Office, it's about the documentary crew that films the employees of Dunder Mifflin in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Well, that gig is up. So they moved to Toledo, Ohio, and they do run into one of their old friends from Scranton. I'm not going to tell you how he got there, but the show did so well on PeacockTV.com, our streaming service, that they moved it to NBC. So that was really exciting. Over here on your right, we have sound stages 16 and 17. These were most recently used for the 5th and final season of the TV show Hacks. Very sad. Now that's our TV show, and you might be thinking, no, it airs on HBO Max. No. It was made by Universal Television. So every award that Jean Smart has won every single year for the show is pretty much ours too, but of course she won it for herself. Also on your right, we have sound stages 18 and 19, another Peacock exclusive called 5-Star Weekend, starring Jennifer Garner, Regina Hall, Darcy Carden, who you know from The Good Place, Timothy Oliphant. That trailer just dropped, and I have been so impatient for season 2 of the Peacock TV series Ted to air, plus our first and only guaranteed celebrity sighting on your left. Have you met Ted? Now, Ted is here because Seth MacFarlane and Bluegrass Productions, which helped produce the movies Ted and Ted 2, they used to have their offices over here on your left in our production bungalows. But these buildings started as dressing rooms to the stars. Stars like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Tony Curtis. They were what we call contract players at Universal, meaning they had to fulfill a certain amount of movies working for our studio before they could go elsewhere like MGM or Paramount. Now, of course, actors can go between studios all the time, sometimes making their own production companies to have better creative control over their projects. For example, over here on your left is where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had his 7 Bucks Productions office. Right now it belongs to Kevin Williamson, who you might know as the producer of the Scream series. I think they're at Scream 8, Scream 9, something like that. Also, one of my favorite producers, Mark Platt, you might not know his name or face, but take a look on your left, you're going to see the globe with the Wicked logo. Not only was he the executive producer of Wicked and Wicked for Good, he brought the show to Broadway with Universal Theatrical Group, the theatrical part of our company. Bungalow 5195 has a very famous silhouette on the outside. That was the office of the incomparable Alfred Hitchcock when he worked at our movie studio. He's the director of movies like Psycho, Vertigo, The Birds, and Rear Window. And here we are outside sound stages 25 and 26. This is where they're gearing up for season 3 of St. Denis Medical. Like I said, you should be watching the show. In fact, I'm going to show you one of my favorite clips that we've ever had on the Tram.
Welcome to St. Denis Medical Center.
St. Denis Regional Medical.
I have access to some really good stuff, and I will hook you up.
Yeah.
No, man. That was a test.
We're like the Avengers, you know?
We're not supposed to have favorite patients, but we do.
I almost don't want them to get better.
Pale, kind of blotchy.
It's the other one.
Oh my God, that's much worse. Wow.
So the inside of the hospital, all of those sets are right in that building. But the show takes place in Eastern Oregon in a struggling, understaffed, underfunded medical center. So we can't fly to Oregon every time we need the actors to enter or exit the hospital. So what we do is we play a little of the movie magic as we turn around and enter the back lot where we film the really big stuff. Over here on your right, the brick building, that is the exterior of St. Denis Medical. Even if you watch the opening credits, there's a really great clip of the main cast wheeling in a gurney to the emergency room. However, there's nothing behind there. It's not even real glass, it's all blacked out. And the only way you know that it's St. Denis Medical is because we put up a sign that says St. Denis Medical. If you needed to film a Kaiser commercial, something for Cedars-Sinai, you put that logo up, no one knows the difference, right? And we're not gonna film at a real hospital because they're really saving lives. We're not gonna be like, excuse me, no emergencies, we're filming. No, we just use one of these buildings. Over here on your right, we have our Brownstone Street. Many famous celebrities have lived down Brownstone Street, like Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty, Mindy Kaling and the Mindy Project. One of my favorite movies, 1982's Annie. That's where Annie met the dog Sandy. You know, Sandy's being chased by the dog napper and Annie saves him, sings a sweet little song. Now, clearly, I am a big fan of movie musicals. We're pulling into Courthouse Square where we worked on Sweet Charity, Bye Bye Birdie, NBC's Hairspray Live. But if you are a fan of Back to the Future, you probably know this area as Hill Valley. Right behind us is where Marty McFly got the time machine up to 88 miles per hour. I've got the producer of Back to the Future, Bob Gale, to show you around.
It was actually the back lot of the Courthouse Square that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had scenes up in the clock tower on that ledge. This ledge about that wide. And I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand on that. I was up there for quite a while. Of course, I had a cable.
So if you're looking closely, that courthouse is not this courthouse. It is still behind there, but the courthouse from Back to the Future, which was seen in way more famous movies like To Kill a Mockingbird with Gregory Peck, a bunch of fun movies like Gremlins, that building became so iconic that there was a movie called Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey. They filmed a riot scene in here, and the one note that the audience, the test audience, gave the filmmakers was that, isn't that the clock tower from Back to the Future? No filmmaker wants you to think that. So they cut out any sort of angle that might show that courthouse. And then Ghost Whisperer, the television show, Jennifer Love Hewitt moved in, and they were the ones that built the facade, the shell around the shell of the courthouse. And we've kept it up there ever since. Right now we're turning onto New York Street. Co-host Jimmy Fallon, no stranger to New York. After all, that's where he got his start on Saturday Night Live. Here he is to tell you a little bit about his favorite town.
I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! I'm walking here! It's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
And this doesn't have to be New York, of course. It was Gotham City in Batman and Robin. It was Chicago in the Blues Brothers. It was Minneapolis in Jingle All the Way, that Christmas movie. And so we're leaving this concrete jungle to enter a very different kind of jungle. Welcome to Skull Island.
Oh, yeah.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. And to me, Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. And it's great to have you along for the ride. We're about to return to Skull Island.
But first, those safety rules. Please stay seated with everything inside the tram. If you drop it, you might not get it back. Please no flash photography. It does not help. It really just annoys your neighbors. And with that, last chance to hold on. Welcome to Skull Island.
An odd, hidden folk. Nobody's lived here for hundreds of years. A wall 100 foot high. Why'd they build the wall?
Oh, wow. Hey!
yourselves a round of applause. We made it. So like, once you're standing, take a look around. You'll see the screens stand 40 feet tall, 180 feet wide, some of the largest in the world. Peter Jackson teamed up with Mighty Digital, now known as Weta FX. And they were the ones that presented that attraction to you. Weta FX picked up their Academy Award this past year in March for Avatar Fire and Ice. So they were in Academy Awards now. For Universal, of course, King Kong, that came out in 2005. But here's some more recent stuff that they've done in some very famous movies that we've produced.
Oh, it's Megan. Yeah, I was. I remember.
Yes, and we're very excited to have them working on our projects. You've also seen their Academy Award-winning films, all three Lord of the Rings, all three Avatars, and Disney's Jungle Cruise.
That's where all the
right now we're going to drive through London Square. Now I keep saying the names: Courthouse Square, New York Street, Brownstone Street, London Square now. It doesn't have to be any of those places like I was talking about on New York Street. And one of my favorite things to point out is the technology we have in Hollywood. How many bricks are in this brick wall?
0.
0 bricks are in this brick wall. Do you see how their panels are kind of puzzle pieced together? On our property, we have a staff shop, and that means they can print foam rubber and fiberglass panels that make it look like any type of brick, any type of molding, including these concrete blocks. They're not solid concrete. If you were to knock on them, they are hollow on the inside. They're just wood made to look like concrete. We don't have anything that's very precious in Hollywood. We need to be able to change things on a dime, because as soon as one production leaves, another one will be taking its spot. So we want to be able to have the flexibility to change whatever we need. Over here on your right is the trompe l'oeil. It means to fool the eye. From this close, you're like, I know that's fake, but from far away, with the real doors that real people walk through, it looks very, very real on camera. We're gonna drive by our monster mural created by Tristan Eaton and his phenomenal team. He's an award-winning LA street artist. For a couple of years, we had these portraits on merchandise. I think we have a new round of merchandise with this artwork, but honestly, it's just so much more stunning up close, in my humble opinion. Tristan Eaton will have a couple new murals inside the queue line for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, opening later this year. That will be the only time I enter that building. So everyone says they want to be on the roller coaster, but when I say, do you want to be first? Everyone says no. So there you go. Super exciting. On your left, we're going to drive by sound stages 30 and 31. They are moving in for season 30 of The Voice. Now, season 29 was a different style of show. It was called Battle of Champions. They only had 3 coaches, Adam Levine, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend. Team Adam won season 29, but season 30 is getting started to start filming. And we use a website for that show called oneiota.com. That's the live studio audience. We also use it for Reba McEntire's new show, Happy's Place, filming inside Soundstage 33. I'm going to show you a clip of her show, also going into season 3 right now, and then tell you more about One Iota.
Hey there, I'm Reba McEntire, and welcome to Happy's Place. We shoot our heartfelt comedy right here on the Universal lot. Now, unlike most TV shows, we are a multi-camera sitcom, meaning several cameras capture every scene from a different angle, all at the same time. Each episode takes about a week to make, from the first read-through of the script to rehearsals to taping in front of a live studio audience. And let me tell you, every step is a blast. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you at Happy's Place.
So she just mentioned the live studio audience as well. The One Iota site, it's not specific to Los Angeles or NBC products. It's nationwide. It's a bunch of different things. A lot of the late night talk show hosts in New York City use the website. Jimmy Kimmel on ABC uses the website. iHeart Music Award in Las Vegas always needs people to fill the seats. So you're going to go online. Germany, all we have to do is change the language on the signs, add some flags, set decoration, and we're in a brand new country. NBC, host of the Olympics. We've got that contract till 2036. For the Paris Games, we hired actress, singer, you might know her, Sabrina Carpenter, maybe. She did some promos for us, some commercials, and we set her up at this little cafe over here. So everything behind her was in French, because she's supposed to be in Paris. Rather than fly Sabrina Carpenter to Paris, we flew her to Universal City, California. Yeah, my contract would have been the exact opposite. And if we come along the railway station, this is the railway stop for The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Oh, come on, Kristen Bell, it's totally awesome. And it's not a bad place or a good place. It's the movie monster location where we developed our iconic monster films. You probably have heard of maybe some of them. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, The Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera, Dracula, The Mummy. All of those characters got their big screen start right here at Universal, and we are very proud and protective of them. In fact, if you do see Bride, Frank, or Drac walking around the theme park today, give them one of these. Tell them to Toretto's with, you know what I mean, says hello. I am one of their biggest fans. Now, we are able to drive through a soundstage today. This is Soundstage 50, but please stay seated. Everything inside the tram, do not drop anything. You might not get it back. And they will be filming tomorrow at, let's see, call time, 6 a.m. Woof. I promise that your favorite celebrities do not look like themselves at 6 a.m. But you can see camera equipment, lighting equipment set up by me. There's a sign that says, welcome to San Francisco. So again, we are hoping that the audience at home sees the sign, San Francisco, and believes we are. Now, if you are from Northern California, I am aware this is not what the metro system looks like. Ours says UMT, which California Tremor. We've had them from time to time. Everything's been okay. This could be the big one. Hold on tight. Whether the actor was wearing a coat and tie, was there food on the plate, how much beverages in the glass, ordered it, 100% of the time. It's called continuity. And if you're a very type A personality, there's two great jobs for you in Hollywood. One is being a script supervisor, the other is a line producer. Why? Because it is their sole responsibilities to make sure everything on and off camera go off without a history. But my friend David is out there. David is a police diver making sure there are no more sharks. Absolutely. Oh, look, they got the shark. He's over there on your right, all strung up with a big smile on his face. Good job, David. Where is David? Okay, yes, I do. I see it. There's a shark. Could be a fin, dolphin. Oh, there's David in the water. Hey, David, can you check on that for us? David? Oh no, that does not look good, man. Get out of there. You, David. He had a lot of guts to be out there, and there they all are. All right, I'm gonna call it. It's a shark. Good thing there's some shark bait in that yellow barrel. We're gonna pull to the other side of the pier. Hopefully the shark will take the bait and oh, yep, he's taking the bait. Oh no, he's taking the entire pier. This is not good with the flammable gas tanks.
Sam, you're in the way. I can't see my boy.
Next moment of work worth it. Do I get to see Bruce? Oh, yeah, by the way, sorry. Jaws has a name. His name is Bruce. Named after Steven Spielberg's attorney, but no, that's not a dad joke. And definitely not that clever. That happens to be for real. And this attraction has been around since 1976. The movie came out in 1975, and I've got Steven Spielberg to tell you more about it.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the crab. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
Right now we are turning on to Steven Spielberg Drive because of course he gets his home street on our property. But as we drive by, take a look at the boathouse one final time. It says Cabot Cove. That's for Cabot Cove, Maine. The show Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury. There was a murder every week for 12 seasons. I would have moved. But very exciting, Jamie Lee Curtis is going to work with Universal Pictures to create a Murder, She Wrote movie. So I don't know if they're going to film there, but I'm very excited for that to come out by. That look like homes are only 3 sides. They're called facades. And this street was closed for the majority of last year when we worked on a brand new Peacock TV series. My new favorite show that everyone should watch, called The Burbs.
The safest town in America. So, what's the deal with that Victorian music? There have been whispers of murder. Which one of us is the murderer? So we're gonna go in?
Do white ladies love salads? Hell yeah, we're going in.
You must watch this show. But if you're like, wait, I know this from something else, is this? Yes, this is with Syria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. I just love that you love it. The blue house on your right, Marsha Cross's house on ABC, Desperate Housewives. The brown house, we worked on an Ace Hardware commercial. We had a bunch of grills out there to sell grills at Ace Hardware. A lot of music videos have filmed out here as well. Multiple season coach Michael Bublé filmed his Hollywood music video out here. Also Smash Mouth, Hey Now, You're an All-Star. Yeah, now that song's stuck in your head. Ha ha. And number 2, the White House that we drove by, used for The Burbs and the TV show Ted. Smash Mouth painted that building bright red and wrapped it, the bottom part, in very gaudy red and gold wallpaper, because you can do anything to these homes. Like I said, they are not precious to us, but what is precious to us is a tree over there on your right, which is why the Sage House, you can see the tree through the living room. Now, we can't take down that tree because it is an endangered tree, but we can build 3 sides around the tree. The yellow home is where Terry Hatcher lived in Desperate Housewives, as well as the Hardy Boys. The lavender home is 1313 Mockingbird Lane, home of the Munsters, and it's pink in the TV show Burbs. For the Burbs, for the Murder House. The beige house is where Eva Longoria lived in Desperate Housewives, as well as Jimmy Stewart with his imaginary friend Harvey in the movie Harvey. And yeah, I'm so glad you all got to see it. It's one of my favorite places on the back lot. Since we are turning back onto Steven Spielberg Drive, I'll have him tell you more about his first visit to Universal. Has always faced backwards for the last 62 years, so I doubt that will ever change. And this kicks off our picture car row. A picture car is any type of vehicle that appears on camera. It can be as large as our Tram, seen in the movie Big Fat Liar, or season reboots of Will and Grace, or it can be as small as a motorcycle. Sometimes these cars become almost as famous as the actors who drove them. My personal favorites out here are the Flintstones. Yes, they do have tiny engines. No, they're not man-powered. If you're more of a Christmas fan, we've got the Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas vehicles right out there as well. And those are really nice cars, right? We got the Ferrari from Magnum PI, but they're parked in a really bad neighborhood. This is the site of the Bates Motel from the 1960s hit thriller Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, starring Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh. As we come up, they do show vacancy on their sign, so you know, if you're not happy with your Airbnb, you need a break from the family, totally get it. Give them a call. Hang on. Oh, okay, actually we're good, Charlotte. That is Norman Bates of the Bates Motel. Super helpful guy. I am notorious at the airport. I cannot get my bags together. I am paying the surcharge fee because my bags are so heavy. I'm a mess. But when I say here, Norman, he just takes my bags up 2 steps, lickety-split. Oh, okay, so number 1, that is not mine. Number 2, I was referring to a rolly bag, not a body bag. So actually, Charlotte, we can get on. Hey, Norman. Hey, bud, it's just Elizabeth and 160 of her new best friends. What do you got there? A pen for autographs? No? Whoop! Oh, wow, that is a very, very large knife. Yep, you're doing up. You look sharp, Norman. It reminds me of my ex-boyfriend, a total psycho. Just kidding. Also the home of Mother Bates here on your left. Sometimes you can see her rocking back and forth in her second-story rocking chair, but you know, she really grosses me out. Ew, is she up there? Oh. Well, that does mean we only have 10 minutes left in the tour. As we come around the corner, we're entering one of the most epic sets ever created here on our back lot. This is the crash site from War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning, directed by Steven Spielberg. Do not worry, we will pull forward. We will take a short stop so you can get some photos and videos and a good look around. Just please remain seated as you do so. I have the production designer, Rick Carter, who worked with Steven Spielberg to create his vision.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around engaging with Steven.
You put down to talk about the world. That's on what if it's 740 guns are still likely.
Look at the smoke coming out of it.
It's just something you don't see.
You're doing good.
Yeah, Robbie, get in. What are you doing, bro? There's aliens out there. Oh, spoiler! Oh, the movie came out over 20 years ago. You would have seen it if you really wanted to by now. And the book War of the Worlds was published in 1898. You're welcome. I just saved you a trivia night. Tip your waitress. And our last set visit is to another alien movie called Nope. It was written and directed by Academy Award winner Jordan Peele. This is the set of Jupiter's Claim.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juper Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sharon. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso Experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Don't look at so live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, Gold Rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of
This set was built originally about 2 hours north of LA, where they filmed on location in the middle of the desert. And then Jordan Peele, being the awesome guy he is, was like, "Do you want my set?" And we were like, "Okay." They took it apart, piece by piece, nail by nail, screw by screw, and rebuilt it on our property just a couple years ago for all of our guests to enjoy. Now, don't even take a look at this building. You should all know by now that Fast and Furious Supercharged, I almost forgot the name, has been closed for over a year. It closed last year, March 10th, to make way for advertisement and excitement for the roller coaster that I will not ride, called Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, opening later this year. Now, I do want to say that there were just press releases that came out that Fast and Furious is having a prequel series television show. That was my idea. I have said that joke for years. I just want credit. I just want a couple cents from Vin Diesel, but I don't know. As we head back to the theme park, thank you so much to our annual pass holders for coming back. If you're interested in turning today's ticket into an annual pass, you can go to the box office. It's the big tower across from Starbucks. Also, if you're interested in any of the Universal productions I talked about today, you can go to uphe.com or ask any retail associate, also known as universalpicturesathome.com. Also, make sure you're downloading the free and official Universal Studios Hollywood app. You'll get show times, wait times, and park information, like tonight we close at 6. Definitely make time to see Waterworld Alive, SeaWorld Spectacular. Second best thing in the park compared to my tour. And if you didn't like my tour, then it's the best thing in the park. Once again, please give a big round of applause to our driver, Charlotte. Yes! Seriously, best in the biz.